Hey everyone, Thunder here. Today I want to talk a little bit about the tower. How you can set up your build so you'll be great at going through and clearing it out. And I also want to spend a little bit of time on which mobs are pretty dangerous in the tower and you really need to keep an eye on if you want to pass certain levels. Before I jump into that, I want to pause to give a nice shout out to my awesome Patreons. Who help to support me so I can keep making this awesome content for everyone. If you are interested in joining, feel free to check out my Patreon. I have lots of cool tiers with various perks for everyone. And yeah, should be fun. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps everyone find the channel so that more people can also learn about Questland and do better. Alright, moving back in to talk about the tower. The first thing we want to talk about is our build for taking on the tower. The main weapon you'll find is usually going to be a weapon with the red hoarder and the power sprint. So this currently is Hecatombus and Anchor of the Damned. But if more come out, you can just use whatever's newest and latest and greatest. What we like about this is when our shield's above 50%, so this is early in the fight, we have a big attack buff. This is great for bringing down the enemies in the tower quickly before they can kill you. And the red hoarder is great for keeping our board full of red spirits, so we can keep attacking. And in this hand I have the Thunderclap, which is another amazing weapon for the tower. This is another when your HP is up above 65%, so early on in that fight. Reduce the magic stats on your opponent, so you can reduce that damage coming in quite significantly from magic enemies. And the support for destroyers we use to chain usually red spirits, and in this case we're actually using Crest Guardian for an additional attack buff to try and get a lot of damage really early into the fight. Now our red talent we're going to pick is Bloodlust. The main reason, besides strong damage and healing, is it cannot be stunned. There are a lot of very, very dangerous enemies in the tower that have stuns. And you lose a round of combat and it feels like they all get to hit you twice. It's going to be very painful, so we don't really want to be stunned, making Bloodlust an ideal choice. The last choice here I like is Chilling Cold, and it's because of the freeze and the bonus shield fix. The freeze is really, really good for slowing down dangerous enemies that would have some abilities that are quite nasty, and we'll see a few in a minute. Alright, hopping on over into the tower. There we go. Alright, and we're going to play through a few floors, and I'll call out when I see some mobs worth noting. Now, this level is primarily to heavy magic dealers here. This guy, as you can see, has resistance against magical damage, 50%. So we're going to want to primarily be using Bloodlust, which can only hit the back row. That resistance is coming from this cold mage here in the center, but since we're using mostly physical damage, we should be good to go. Now this is not a good starting board for the tower. You really want to start pretty strong early. There we go. That's good luck. But you really want these early 4 reds so you can start trying to bring down the opponents that are going to be very troublesome for you, like that. So now that opponent lost the chance to deal a bunch of magic damage to me, and we just get to clean up the level here. Alright, moving over here, this is not too bad of a board. We'll probably go ahead and use that one there, which worked out well. This is another really heavy magic damage level, so the goal is simply to rely on keeping our health above 65% to take less magic damage, and then killing off one of our opponents as quickly as possible to drop the damage coming in from the enemy. Now the magic levels with lots of magic enemies you'll find will be the easiest for the most part in the tower. The skeletons are also not particularly scary if you take a quick look at them. The only thing they do is a bit of counterattacking. So it hurts, but it's not that problematic. What you can do, and the reason why we took Chilling Cold, is if you're able to start with 4 blue spirits, you can actually go ahead and you could stun that mob when you attack him if you wanted. But if you watch when we hit this mob, I guess if you don't one-shot him, he would actually attack back. Now, here's a great level to talk about. We have one magic enemy, and we're just hoping that Thunderclap can keep the damage down. This guy is terrifying. Terrifying. He hits fairly hard. He has a freeze for 2 full rounds. And he leads us bleeding for 14 to 16% of our attack. He hurts a lot. In addition to him, we have the Black Ninja. The Black Ninja hits really hard as well, ignores a ton of shield, and makes us bleed. So these two are a very, very dangerous combination. Now this actually works out quite well level-wise, because we started with a 4 blue. So the first thing we're really going to want to do here is we're going to want to make sure that we're not going to get stunned, and ideally we're not going to take that massive bleeding wound attack. So see, he's going to attack us next round, but what we're going to do is we're going to stun him, pushing that out around, fix up our board, and then go ahead and put up our anti-stun as he tried to stun us for 2 rounds, right, and apply that bleed. Now, we managed to take out one of the scarier enemies pretty quickly because we started with 4 blue, which is a nice benefit. If you didn't, you would still want to take down that guy and keep up bloodlusts for our anti-stun. Otherwise, he could very easily kill you. So, now that we've taken him out, we still have decent health, so the magic muskrat won't hurt us too much, and we'll finish him off. That's kind of the core thing you're looking at here. This level, our spirits are pretty bad, but what we're watching out for is Butterball with his stun, so as long as we have our 4 R's going and our stun immunity up, we should be okay. And that's how you usually clear that out. Now this level is tricky when you're using Bloodlust because there's a lot happening, right? The Heavy Ogre has a chance after when it attacks, not a chance, it just stuns us for 2 rounds, which is very dangerous. The Butterball also has a chance, it's only a 10%, but it can stun us for 2 rounds. And the Black Ninja just hits really, really hard and applies a bleed. So this board is good and bad. Good that we got an early stun to use on the Black Ninja. Right, that early stun is going to stop him from doing a ton of damage to us. The bad is we have almost no red spirits. Perfect. We got very lucky here. The Heavy Ogre is about to stun us. The Butterball is about to have a chance to stun us. Black Ninja is about to hit us really hard. If we get stunned, we're just going to get a ton of damage in us all at once. So we need to make sure we try to bring down that Heavy Ogre, and that immunity to stun saved us there. Now, the Black Ninja is still up, so we're just getting absolutely destroyed by damage. Unfortunately, that happens. You just fight again. One of the annoying parts of the tower is that if your spirits at the start aren't good, you can get demolished. Now, here's a little bit different with board-wise. We are just going all in attack. We can't beat him. So, ideally, you like to start with the 4 blue on this level. But if you don't get the red spirits to match, you'll get stunned like that, and then just chain comboed very hard until you're dead. Sometimes you just don't get the spirits you need, and that's okay. You just keep resetting. This is the nature of tower. It's not the most ideal thing ever, but it is what it is. Now we're going to get absolutely demolished here, and he dodged, so crushed. But we're more than strong enough to beat the level. It's more just about getting the right spirits at the right time now, and trying to survive the damage from that crazy ninja. Those guys hit hard. If you are really, really struggling with that level, another option is you can switch out your Bloodlust for Inner Fire, which will let you target that annoying ninja in the center and burst him down very fast. But you actually really, really need a 4 blue on that first round with Inner Fire, because you need to end up then freezing that guy who's going to stun you, because Inner Fire has no stun protection, and being frozen for 2 rounds is dangerous. Here we go. Lots of stunning on this level. Now, if you recall, this guy's 100% chance to freeze us. Has a very nasty bleed. The Heavy Ogre has another 100% chance to freeze us. And the Black Ninja just hits really hard. So we're going to focus down that Black Ninja for damage reasons. We died because we didn't have our stun protection up. That's fine. You really don't want those Black Ninja. Whoops, that is the wrong opponent. Probably going to die. Nope, got him. The Black Ninjas are incredibly dangerous. Tons of damage output from them. Really need to be careful. Double Heavy Ogres. This level is just keep your 4R going so they can't stun you. The Cold Mage will really struggle to deal you any form of noticeable magic damage as long as you have Thunderclap in that passive reducing it incoming. And this is just back to another level where we have some magic damage and skeletons. And we kind of just clear through it nice and easy. Alright. The next level is where our rewards change. Every 10 levels they change. I believe it's after the 200th level in the tower, you start getting schemes on the 10th level. So this will be the final level we kind of kill. 2 Butterballs, which can stun, is all we really need to watch out for here. So we just try to keep using 4R with Bloodlust for our lack of being stunned. And we clear through it nice and easy. Alright, that is going to complete kind of walking through the tower. The only other thing of note you can keep your eye on is the tower does give you schemes for Scheme QE, which is very nice. And it does give you some empowering stones. So if you do this during the weekend QE event, you can get a couple of extra points. And that can save you from smelting a little bit, which is always enjoyable. But the tower is a one-time thing. Once you get to the top of it, or once you hit the max you can clear at your power level, that's really going to be all you can get out of it. So, good luck, everyone, with taking down your tower. Now, the last thing I want to do is give a shout out to my Epic tier and higher Patreons. These are the incredible people who really take the time to support my work and help me keep moving forward, and I share all kinds of great perks with them as well. If you would like to check out Patreon, I highly recommend it. And as a reminder, make sure to like and subscribe so others can find this channel and we can all improve at Questland together. Thunder out.